Hello everyone, I'm Ming Jiang. Today's review brings you a comparison between the Clean Factory Submariner and the Versus Factory Submariner V2, the Return of the King. Many watch enthusiasts ask me, which factory makes the best submariner? Through this video, I'll share my analysis with you. Many factories produce the Submariner. The earliest ones were N Factory, followed by AR Factory, JJ Factory, Versus Factory, and also Clean Factory, which is also known as C Factory. With so many makers, the pioneer was N Factory. They went from V1 all the way to V12 and did an excellent job. However, they were later surpassed by AR Factory. AR Factory's strength was their steel, including the case and bracelet, which used 900 for liter steel, widely recognized as the top-tier material at the time. Then, JJ Factory emerged. Their specialty was the ceramic bezel insert. Using the C bezel, their bezel had a very crisp green color. Other factories' bezels had a duller, pressed green, not as well executed as JJ's. So, when JJ Factory launched, they were incredibly popular. However, their weakness was the movement, a Hangzhou 3235 clone, which was very unstable. After that, Versus Factory appeared. They utilized the Dandong 3135 movement, which is exceptionally stable. Their ceramic bezel insert was also the C bezel, so at the time, Versus Factory was a massive hit. Later, Versus Factory was shut down in a raid and stopped shipping products. This led to the rise of Clean Factory. They used the same steel supplier as AR Factory and produced their own bezel inserts. At that time, Clean Factory's Submariner became extremely popular. We also highly recommended playing with the Clean Factory Submariner. But today, Versus Factory has made a comeback. They've re-engineered and upgraded to a V2 version. Through this video, let's discuss it. Okay, let's take a look at this Versus Factory Submariner. For the Versus Factory model, let's take a look. This is the older second generation model. On the old second gen, it's Loom Pip. Let's look at the third gen. This is the old version. On the old version, its Loom Pip was a bit pale and white. Now, with the VSF V2 upgrade, its Loom Pip is much more rounded. See? Isn't it different? This is also the latest version, a third generation black submariner. Their Loom Pips have all been corrected. They are more rounded and not as stark white as the previous versions. This one is a bit whiter. I don't know if you can see it clearly. Anyway, looking at it in person, this one is slightly more yellow, while this one is whiter. The old version was incorrect. It would appear increasingly white over time, but now they have updated the Loom Pip, which is a significant improvement. Alright, let's look at the one from Clean Factory. This is Clean Factory's version, and it's also an exceptionally well-made submariner. Okay, let's take a look. This is from Versus Factory, and this one is from Clean Factory. Let's compare their Loom Pips. I'm not sure if you all have ever handled a genuine submariner in person. I previously handled my friend's genuine second-generation submariner, and I found that Clean Factory's Loom Pip is a bit too yellow. The genuine one isn't that yellow. The yellow of the genuine article is actually very close to this Versus Factory one. However, Clean Factory's is slightly too yellow. If you have a genuine piece, you can compare it. If you get a Clean Factory watch and compare it to your genuine one, you'll see the difference. In reality, the one that is truly accurate to the genuine version is from Versus Factory. The color of this Loom Pip from Versus Factory is correct to the gen spec. However, Clean Factory's is a bit overly yellow. See? Can you tell? Now, many people ask me, ultimately, is Versus Factory better, or is Clean Factory better? This is a really common question, and many people don't know how to choose. First, let's compare the third generation models. The Clean Factory version uses a Shanghai 3235 movement, and its power reserve is only 42 hours. The Versus Factory version uses a Dandong 3235 movement, and its power reserve is around 72 hours. The first key difference is the movement, which is not the same. Second, let's take a look. On the clean factory model, at this position here, do you see it? Let me show you. This area on the clean factory watch, it seems a bit recessed or shortened. Actually, on the genuine watch, this part protrudes slightly. Do you see it? This also protrudes slightly. This one does not. The genuine one has a protrusion, and Versus Factory has replicated this detail more accurately on their bezel. And its lume pip has been improved. So for Versus Factory, I believe its exterior appearance. From a holistic visual standpoint, I think the Versus Factory V2 version is better than this clean factory one. If you don't have them side by side, clean factories is already excellent. But with a direct comparison, I would definitely lean more towards this Versus Factory model. As for the bracelet, both are very well made. They are on par, no clear winner here. Okay, let's check the serial number issue. This is an F80. The serial number on the clean factory model is F80. The engraving is very clear. Okay, let's look at this Versus Factory one. For Versus Factory, its serial number is. There's a bit of glare here. It's a 3VV serial number. This is from Versus Factory. If you're playing with the 3rd generation model, I would more strongly recommend this one from Versus Factory. It's only when you compare that the differences become clear, right? I hope that more major factories will compete in making these, as their competition will lead to greater improvements for all of us. Okay, let's look at the 2nd generation comparison. For the 2nd generation, I think, this is an older version. It's an old V1 version of the 2nd gen Versus Factory Submariner. Its lume pip is a bit too white, so I don't recommend getting this one. If you absolutely want a Versus Factory watch, get the 2nd generation V2 version. Don't get the V1. The lume pip on this V1 is a bit too white. It's very obvious. I've worn this VSF model before, and the lume pip tends to get whiter over time. This is a known issue with the older version. Everything else is flawless. The bezel inserts are both clean factory bezels, see bezels, so the bezels are the same. The font and other aspects are on par. This includes its bracelet, which is also very well made. Okay, let's look at this one. This is Versus Factory. The Versus Factory serial number is 7GG, a 7JG serial. Okay, let's check this one. For clean factory, it's ELD. They also have another serial, 7CD, so there are 2 types. The old serial number was U9M5, now, Clean Factory has changed it to W9 as the serial number. There are 2 versions, however, the old U9M5 serial has already been discontinued. If you find one, it's old stock, because recently many other factories have been passing off their watches as Clean Factories, so they changed the U9M5 serial. Clean Factory now uses W9. But regarding these serials, you shouldn't assume that a specific serial number corresponds to a specific factory. You can't differentiate them that way, because serial numbers can be replicated. Other factories will copy Clean Factory's serial number, so don't think that the serial number is the sole proof of whether it's from Clean or Versus Factory. You can't judge it that way. Okay. This is the VSF Factory 3rd generation black submariner, and this is the green submariner. This is a clean factory 2nd generation green submariner and black submariner. They are all beautifully made and very refined. Regarding the laser-etched crown at the 6 o'clock position, let's take a look. This is the crown. I don't know if you can see it clearly. You need to view it at an angle. Many enthusiasts don't know how to look for it. You have to tilt it to see it. You can see it. Let's keep looking. I can faintly see a little bit of it right here. A batch that came out previously from Clean Factory, their crown etching was very indistinct. It's right in this spot. I don't know if you can see it clearly. You can faintly see it right at this position. You have to view it at an angle. I've made many episodes reviewing the submariner. You can go back and look through my previous review videos. Okay, next, I